Hello, welcome to Excel 101. Today we're going to learn how to create a spreadsheet and some tips of the trade. This class is actually anticipating that you know a little bit about Excel, but we will walk you through most of the basics. This is the spreadsheet we are going to create. The first thing we need to do is create a blank worksheet. We're going to use our ribbons up here, and we're going to select File, New, Blank Worksheet. I am using 2013, but all the tricks that we're going to be learning you should be able to do in 2005, 2007, and 2010. The name of this spreadsheet is My Company ABC. I actually want this heading to cover all the way through column F, so I highlight A1 to AF. Do a right click while I'm in it, Format Cells, click Alignment, and merge the cells. I'm going to center it by just clicking on my ribbon in the Center command. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Please note there are no columns. There's only an A1. There is no B1, C1, D1, E1, or F1. They're all merged into one column, A1. This is a profit and loss statement. Again, we're going to bring the headings all the way to the F. Click Merge Cells, center, make it a 16 pitch. And lastly, I need a date on this financial statement. I'm highlighting A3 through F3, Format, Merge Cells under Alignment, center it. I don't like the way, and I'm also going to make it a 16 pitch. I do not like the way that it shows or displays. I'm going to do a right click, Format Cells again, click Number. Since this is a date, I will go to the Date field. I'll take a nice pretty format. There we go. I am now in A6. I'm typing in revenues, sales, less discounts. You'll notice the discounts is going into column C. I could come up here and make my column wider, but you'll notice I have a lot of dead space here. Why don't I let the system naturally select the column width? You'll notice as I go over column B and I go over column C, there's a down arrow, but right between the two of them, there's a plus sign. If you double click on the plus sign, it will naturally change the width of the column. My sales are 10,000. My discounts are minus 1,500. I don't like the format of either of these cells. I'll highlight them both, do a right click, Format Cells. It's a number. I always like commas with red brackets. And now I have my net sales. Most people will hit the plus sign at this point, click on the 10,000, hit the plus again, and click on the 1,500. That number is correct. Oh wait, I forgot to tell you, I have coupons. I'll click on row 8, right click, insert a row, put in my coupons. The coupons are minus $500, but because my net sales were poorly constructed, it does not reflect the $500 coupons. Let's try it again. This time we are going to use the auto sum. I click on auto sum. It naturally wants to start where the first number is. I'm going to make it start up where the revenues are, and the reason why I'm doing that is if I decide to put something on top of sales, it will naturally be included in my total. So let's add in those coupons now. And you'll notice my net sales naturally changed. This is a total, therefore it should be surrounded by borders. I will go take a bottom border, and I'm using my conditional boxes to also do a top border. You can see now my $8,500 is surrounded by boxes. I am on A13. I'm typing in expenses. I have sales expense, which is advertising, google.com, radio. I have net sales. I'm going to use my little trick of making my columns wider. My first number is 680, 150, 75. I don't like the format. Y'all know that we could go ahead and do a right click, format cells, or we could click on something we already like, click our format painter, and highlight everything that we want to format like that. I do need a bottom border here, and I need to use my auto sum. You'll notice it didn't know about this column over here. It's trying to grab information from up here, but I am going to start it right from where sales expense goes down to my border and hit enter. Payroll, office, salesman, total, payroll, trick of the trade. Oops, wrong column. This is 2,000. This is 4,000. This is going to be an auto sum starting at the beginning of payroll down to the bottom here. I don't like the format. I'll just click up here, format painter, take it all. But I need a bottom border here. Radio has a bottom border. I could either go up to my conditional box or format painter and click here. Yes, formats are taken when you use your format painter. And then I have net income. And net income is truly just, then I have total expenses. Again, this is a sum. It is from the very first expense to the very last expense. I wanted to have borders on the top and the bottom. I can use my 8500 and format it the same way. Now I have my net income, which is truly just two numbers, so I can use a plus. Nothing can get inserted in between. It's plus 8,500 minus 6,905. Let's put some nice top and bottom borders. Accounting likes a double border at the bottom. We'll make it a yellow. And we've got a beautiful profit and loss. At the bottom it says sheet. We are going to name this sheet net income. And then hit enter. All I did was double click. Hit the plus sign. I get another sheet. Let's name this one advertising. And hit enter. I'll start with the titles from here. I'm going to right click and copy. Go to my advertising, right click and paste. And I need to do a little bit of setup. So I'm going to have all the months. I like them all centered so I can highlight them all at once and do it all in one fell swoop, and I want a bottom border. I have printing, Facebook, LinkedIn, newspaper. Yes, newspapers are still around. We'll make our columns a little bigger. And we have a total. My total is actually going to consist of all four columns, so I'll do an auto sum, or all four rows. Hit enter. I want to format it nicely. I'll do the upper and bottom, and I'm going to give it a nice yellow color. But I also like my format of my numbers, so I'm going to highlight them all, right click, format cells, number, and OK. Here is a great trick of the trade. I want every number, or every column and every row to look like this, and I can go in and change the numbers manually. So to do that, I highlight January all the way through to actually I'll take it all the way through total. Hold down your control key and press the letter R for right. This is a right fill. Notice how it all looks so pretty. I could do the same thing. If I highlight everything from B6 through N9 and I hold down my control and do a D, you'll notice I did a control down. Everything naturally flowed down. So if I put in the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I highlight the few columns, press the control D, they will naturally fall down. I think I'll put in some real numbers now. Fill it to the right, control R. I have $60 in May. I have 20. Oh, let's see, my 20 covers all the way from May to December, so I could just do one row, control R. And then my newspaper is $75 a quarter. My totals, of course, are wrong because I didn't put them in yet, so I will do an auto sum, and I want to take everything to the left. I'll highlight it, bring it down, and do a control D to bring that formula down. Notice the formula came down with it. The same formula. It's summing properly on each row. My total advertising is $640. Obviously, I had a problem here. This is cell E15, and we typed in 680. Let's make it programmable. Hit your plus key, go to your advertising schedule, and click on the 640, which is the grand total. You'll notice the 640 naturally came in, and instead of being hard-coded, it shows it came from the advertising spreadsheet, cell N11. If I add another $40 right here, which brings it up to $680, you'll notice it naturally changed and brought my net income back. If it really was $640, I could put the 0 there, and my net income has changed. Lastly, let's look about printing. Here is a print preview. If I click on the print preview, I can't see everything. I'm going to change my orientation to landscape, but I still can't see everything. You'll see there's a dotted line here. That's showing you what's printing at once. If I highlight all the columns that are numbers, and while I'm on the column, I do a right click and I select column width. From 8.43, I could maybe make it 7. That's a good size, but it's kind of a little small. I could make it a tad bigger. I'll make it 7.5. I want my titles to go all the way across, otherwise they look a little skewed. So I will format my cells, go to alignment. Now notice the merge cell is not blank because there is a partial merge there. You just have to overwrite it. Same thing with row 2. Merge my cell. Make sure you put a check mark over that strange little blue box. And if I look at my print screen now, I've got a perfect, oh, that's not perfect because I didn't change my title, advertising schedule. And I have a perfect advertising schedule. Thank you for joining us on Excel 101, and I hope you learned something today.